an older guy into fitness, I get asked by friends who are wanting to train, firstly, why do I train?
Why do I do it?
And secondly, what I actually do due to my age.
I am not old. You are old.
The first question's easy. I want to extend my life and improve the quality of life during this extended time. I could be genetically predisposed to a long life. I did have quite a few old aunts who matured nicely over 100 years of age. But that doesn't necessarily mean I would be healthy all that time. I would rather still be mobile and able to do things on my own, way into my pre-centenarian years, than be constrained by a wheelchair or similar. It's a misconception that being old means putting on the slippers, your feet up and doing nothing. In fact, nothing's further from the truth. Plenty of studies have found that as you age, one of the things that can hold some issues at bay is strength training and improving muscle mass. The goal of training is to reduce the loss of muscle mass and the resulting loss of motor function that brings with it. According to one study I found online, over 60s who are otherwise healthy should train 3 to 4 times weekly for best results. I'm a member of a Masters, i.e. older CrossFit athletes, Facebook group. One member in particular is called Jaquita Bonilla, who's in his early 80s, I think he's 82, and looks like a man half his age, and practices CrossFit.
Welcome to CrossFit, Peter.
With retirement age increasing, the general population getting older, we need to be thinking more of the future and ensuring that as we age, we do so in the healthiest fashion we can do. Laboratory-based studies have shown that 20 to 30 minutes of strength resistance training, 2 to 3 times a week, has positive effects on risk factors for cardiovascular disorders, cancer, diabetes, and osteoporosis. Physical activity can also lead to an increase in or reduction in the loss of bone density, particularly in elderly and post-menopausal women. I have done many fitness-related sports over the years: running, circuit training, boxing, squash, badminton, and most recently CrossFit.
I have done it all.
I can say wholeheartedly that CrossFit, even with its supposed bad reputation for injury-inducing movements, has been the one that has given me the most benefits personally. I think more down to the huge community aspect and quality of the coaches at my affiliate. And yes, like any sport, if you push too hard, too soon, or unsupervised, you might get injured. Just a quick intermission to ask if you're new here, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon and get a notification every time I release a new video. Please also like this video, as it gets more eyes on it in YouTube's algorithm then. High Rock's arrival on the scene has also piqued my interest considerably, as it's less skill work needed than CrossFit, as you can literally turn up to a High Rocks event and compete with no prior skills, as none of the movements are particularly skilled. So my training of late is ramping up more and more due to the necessity of trying to get more running into the week to speed up my lap times at High Rocks in November, but then coupling this up with some CrossFit training to improve strength and conditioning. Balancing these with domestic and business life is difficult. With the advent of my eldest daughter getting heavily into CrossFit as well, this has meant a proper juggling act.
Juggling a career and a family like so many juggling balls.
Last week, prior to One and All Games, I endeavoured, alongside all this, to actually document and film some of my training, to show a typical week at present. As a fledgling YouTuber, I'm still having to get used to the self-conscious act of filming myself in public.
That's embarrassing.
So bear with me as I adapt to it. My training week at present usually entails of a couple of runs, one midweek and one parkrun at the end of the weekend. And I also have CrossFit classes twice a week. Sunday, I took part in a custom version of the CrossFit Hero workout, Mirth. So that's for time, a 1 mile run, 100 calories on the ski erg, 200 calories row, 300 air squats, and followed by a 1 mile run, and all of that is done in a weighted vest which weighs 10 kilograms for a man. Monday was mobility and clean technique work. Since my operation last year, I've been working back to a better front rack mobility, and so I've coupled this day with some low weight technique work. Tuesday, back squats 75 to 85%, toes to bar and dumbbell front rack lunges, which I find quite difficult as front rack position for my right arm, always uncomfortable, and press ups, which also cause me issues as my right arm won't quite lock out properly. Wednesday, did just over a 6k run on trails on a local place called Woodbury Common, with a few others from my CrossFit affiliate running group. Thursday, did a mobility day with some rest. Friday, active recovery, medium length walk, still aching from the squats, followed by a run earlier in the week. I knew we'll be spending the whole next day stood up at One and All Games. Saturday, attended One and All Games, but then spurred on by watching everyone else competing, I came home that evening and did a home gym workout of a 10k row. So in summary, I train to keep healthy, keep fit for quality of life further down the line, and yes, I do it for the weird enjoyment of the shared pain at a CrossFit session or competition.
Is because they won't shut up about CrossFit.
Okay, hope you like this video. In last week's video, I showed you a quick insight into one and all competition. Well, 2023 registration has opened up and I managed to secure a team spot before they sold out. My daughter will be in the team alongside 2 others from my CrossFit gym. So next year, we'll be putting some time into the worm technique and we'll hopefully get some footage of that. I was also at a CrossFit class last week and managed for the first time to string together some kipping pull-ups. I've always shied away from gymnastics things for the last few years, ever since my arm started to hurt pre-operation, and then post-operation I mentally had to get over the hurdle of putting weight on it again to stretch out the elbow. But a few cues from the coach about pushing out my arms at the top of the kip instead of dropping down and doing a half kick worked to treat to get me swinging again into the next kip. See you in the next video, which will be all about a recent Thriver home DIY blood test I used to track testosterone levels and liver function, and the results I got from it. Remember, subscribe to get that notification. See you in the next video.